horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to do a movie review. Yes, finally reviewing Fantasy Island. No, won't have a fantasy there. Now, Fantasy Island is a 2020 supernatural horror film that was directed by Jeff Wadlow. He also wrote it along with Chris Roach and Julian Jacob. This is based off the 1977 TV show of the same name, and it stars Michael Pena, Maggie Q, Lucy Hale, and veteran genre actor Michael Rooker. Now, when I first heard that they were making a movie of Fantasy Island, I said, no, that's something that they do now. They made a remake of Charlie's Angels twice. I wouldn't be surprised if they'll do a remake or a TV version of The Love Boat, but they actually decided to make this into a horror movie. Oh boy, a Fantasy Island horror movie? Wow, that could be something good. Well, we'll see what I have to say about Fantasy Island. Now, a horror take on the popular 1977 TV show, the asthmatic Mr. Rourke makes secret dreams for his guests to come true at a luxurious resort. However, when the fantasy turned into nightmares, the guests have to solve the island's mysteries in order to escape with their lives. That's basically what the plot and the premise of this movie is about. Now, when I first heard that Blumhouse was going to make a horror film out of Fantasy Island, a very popular TV show from the 70s, I felt if this would be interesting if done correctly. I mean, taking some of the fantasies that we've seen from that TV show and twisting it and turning into nightmares would be a great idea for a horror movie, if done correctly, that is. Having people live out their fantasies on a beautiful, remote, exotic island, but have them become dark and deadly would be a great idea for a horror movie. However, no thanks to Jeff Wadlow and his crew, they totally missed the mark on this venture. It seems that he hasn't learned from his mistakes or his lesson from Truth or Dare he did a couple years ago, as we have here a very flat story, uninteresting characters, and a plot twist that comes out of nowhere that doesn't do anything to make this movie enjoyable or scary. I mean, this is just a flat-out terrible movie. Now, set up just like the TV show, we have 5 characters here to live out their fantasies. We have businesswoman Gwen Olsen, stepbrothers J.D. and Brax Weaver, Melody Cole, and former policeman Patrick Sullivan. They're all here to have some fun and live out their fantasies. Now, while the stepbrothers have typical cliche fantasies of partying and having it all, the others are either seeking revenge, a second chance, or redemption. It all seems nice at first, but then when the fantasies turn dark, everyone starts to skits out and want to leave, and that's when the shit hits the fan that, this is not what we wanted. Now, the one thing I will give Jeff and his team credit is how well and how beautiful the film looks. I mean, you really can't go wrong with filming on a resort island. Looking at the beautiful beaches, the lush landscapes, and the pristine oceans. I mean, you get some nice wide-angle shots and some excellent backgrounds when the sun is set. The film looks beautiful. But, unfortunately, that's about as good a job you can find in this movie. It's a pretty-looking island, but the rest of the movie just, oh boy, I don't know what they were thinking. Now, as for Truth or Dare, the main problem with this movie is the script that Jeff and his writing partners have crafted here. First off, the stepbrothers, DJ and Max, are annoying, and they don't bring anything interesting at all to the table. Jimmy Yang and Ryan Hansen, the two actors that play the stepbrothers, they have no chemistry together. There's nothing about them. They seem to be more interested in partying than anything else, but we don't have any camaraderie and nothing that brings them together. They have no chemistry whatsoever, and we really never believe that they're brothers who love each other. Now, the same goes for Patrick Sullivan, too. The policeman. He's played by Brian Stonewell, and he doesn't really give anything to Patrick neither. He's just flat, he's lifeless. Some of the scenes he comes in is just like, okay, that's nice, but there's nothing there. I don't know if it's the script or the actor. It could be both, but none of these characters have done anything good to make us care about them. Now, I'll give Maggie Q some credit for trying to give Gwen on some life. She's the only kind of interesting character here. That's because, like I said before, she's the only one that's giving some type of development. And obviously something happened in her past and she wants to relive it. She wants to get that second chance. And I will give it away. But it's not what you think, what you saw in the trailers, I'll say that. And despite the cliche backstory she's giving, she's the only character that we might want to care about here. And that mainly goes to Maggie Q's acting. Now, Lucy Hale, we remember she was the good girl and Truth or Dare. She's back here in Jeff's movie here, and she's okay as Melanie Cole. She portrays Melanie as aggressive, cocky, and a somewhat caring woman. However, the script doesn't do her or anyone else any favors, especially for veteran actor Michael Rooker here. And I feel sorry for him because he's totally wasted here in a thankless role. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. I understand that, you got to do what you got to do because you got to pay the bills, but come on, man. Give the man deserves something better than this. And the same goes for Michael Pena, too. He seemed like he's just reading his lines with little or no emotion in them, and we don't get that same flair and dramatic that Ricardo Montalban gave Mr. Work. And I really don't want to compare the two because even though it's based upon the same movie, the same TV series, but at least he should have gave Mr. Rook some flair, but he really doesn't do that here. And I don't know if it's between Michael or the script, or it could be a combination of both. And once again, Blumhouse strikes out with another bad PG-13 horror movie. I mean, this is just beginning a total waste of time when they come up with these movies. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have blood and guts and all other stores to make a good horror movie. The Conjuring does prove that you can make a pretty good horror movie, and A Quiet Place shows that you can make a good horror movie be PG-13, but these movies such as this and Truth or Dare and The Turning and all these other PG-13 horror movies, it's just, I don't know what's wrong with these people. They're too afraid to push the envelope. I mean, there is no suspense, there's no tension, there is no atmosphere to make it at least somewhat scary. And then we get some mild cliche jump scares, and we get very little blood when people get shot. I mean, come on now. It's like, when somebody gets shot, you want to see some blood, it's not some little paint speck that comes on somebody's shirt. It's your typical PG bad horror movie that we've seen before. And I don't even want to talk about the stupid ass plot twist that happens during the third act. That really set me off. Yeah, I'm ranting a bit. And so we have another horror movie that could have been decent, but thanks to a lackluster script, some bad acting, and no real character development, we have ourselves this mess of a film. And it's kind of an insult, too, that this is called Fantasy Island. Because I enjoyed Fantasy Island when it came back on in the 70s. It's one of the more popular shows I watched growing up. And to see what they've done here, oh well, what are you going to do? You just got to come up with something better. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to give Fantasy Island 2020 only one of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, you're only going to get one out of my 5 bloody gold coins. I got a feeling that this is going to be one of my top 5 worst horror pictures of the year. Yeah, it's that bad. So there you have it, my horror fans. That's my review of Fantasy Island. What do you guys think about it? Did you actually enjoy this film, or did you didn't like it as much as I did? Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about Fantasy Island. Well, that's my video for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please hit that like button, share. And once again, if you're new here, you know what you got to do. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Also, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember, horror rules. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.